Hey, what's up? This is Valentino from Of Mice and Men, and I'm hanging out with Rob from Front Row Live.
Reunited with this guy right here, Tino.
Yep.
Dude, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I don't remember the last time. Back in Riverside.
SoCal, baby.
On tour right before you guys take off.
Yep.
For another world tour.
Yeah, pretty crazy, man. Like, we've had these last couple of days at home. We just spent last night at the Loudwire Awards, and now we're here playing the Riverside Auditorium, and tomorrow we got a day off in Vegas, and we're making our way to finish up the tour with In This Moment in Avatar, and then immediately after that we fly to Helsinki, Finland, and start tour with Five Finger Death Punch and In Flames.
That's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
that's gonna be sick. Well, while all of this is happening, you guys are working on album number 5.
That's correct.
This the last 4 albums you have worked with Joey Sturgis and David Bendeth.
That's correct.
What's different this time? Who's different producer?
Yeah.
Same producers?
Yeah, no. So this time we've been working with Howard Benson and Chris Lord-Alge making the new record, and Howard Benson produced, Mike Plotnikoff engineered and co-produced, and Chris Lord-Alge mixed, and we had Ted Jensen master. And it's pretty crazy, man, like getting to having worked with, you know, a few different producers now, and some previous times before having worked with producers. I think this time there was a lot of energy that was awesome that we were able to capture on these songs and on these recordings. And Howard really brought out the best in us, and he didn't come in and try and change us. Not that any producer really has, but he kind of was like, he wanted us to focus on what makes Of Mice and Men of Mice and Men. Right. And I think especially for the 5th album and moving forward as the 4-piece, you know, we had a lot to prove, and he knew that the only way to do that is the most honest way, which is us writing what the music that is important to Of Mice and Men. Right. And I think our fans are going to be, I think, you know, from the reception that we've had already for Unbreakable and Back to Me, you know, those are 2 huge pillars on the album, and there's so many more, you know. We're making like a Pantheon or a Coliseum, man. Like, it's all pillars in there, and for us it's really exciting because we're excited about the music, and it seems like our fans have you know, shown their support through all of this and on the new music, and we just can't wait to get it out there. So it was just a great process overall, and being able to continue to create music and to continue to play that music for our fans all over the world, and to continue to spread the message of Mice and Men and the strength that Of Mice and Men gives so many people.
The machine of Mice and Men.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it's always been, and we've always, you know, we don't necessarily treat it like a machine, but it's very much it's its own beast, man. Like, it's become a monster.
Oh, it definitely has.
and but that's what's so amazing about it is all we do is just get in a room and make songs, and then we play those songs out on tour. Right. It's all of our fans and the people that are out in the crowd and the people that listen to the music. They really put the meaning behind it, because the meaning in the songs is our lives. Right. So it's just cool to see, you know, so much acceptance and so much love out there, you know, with music.
Tell me what that chemistry was like going into the studio this time with Aaron stepping up and doing all the vocals.
It was really cool, man. Like, it was a big change, but not only a big change in that we were down a man, and for us in the studio, that's really our playground, man. Like, we get in there, especially with Aaron. He's always been so involved in the instrumental writing, to the lyric writing, to everything. We all play a very important part in what makes Of Mice and Men music happen, and for us to be able to, for the 4 of us to buckle down and focus on the roots of that and the crux, and everyone having to really bring 110% to this album to prove to ourselves that, you know, we still have all this music in us, and we still have these feelings inside that we need to get out. Right. And it was very synergetic, you know. As soon as we got in there, Howard was like, man, I haven't seen a band like smile like this, and you guys all get along, and like you guys are like a family. And we're like, yeah, man, we're like a unit. Like, we've been through so much in our lives together, and seen so much and accomplished so much, that at the same time, like, we can now enjoy this process of creating music together. And really, like, every door was able to be opened. Like, we went down every rabbit hole, and instead of going down the rabbit hole and coming back and realizing, oh, we wasted our time, we came back with like a pot of gold. You know, every time we found things down those rabbit holes that was, it just kind of helped. We also got to do it in sunny Southern California, like over in Woodland Hills, which is basically in the valley of LA, and that's in our backyard. It was 45 minutes from our home, and we didn't have to go to some.
You were still able to hang out with family.
Yeah, yeah, and we didn't have to go to like some studio in a warehouse or like, you know, no windows. Like we spent a lot of the time writing outside and being out in the sun and really absorbing why we live here and why we love it, and Southern California is such a big part, and it is home to of Mice and Men, and it always has been. And so for us to really bring it back home and make it about what of Mice and Men's all about, that was the best. That was my favorite part, is just having it be so easy, and I felt like it was because we got sunlight, because we weren't trapped trying to like, I gotta pull these ideas out of my head. Like, no, it was
no
like,
cabin fever whatsoever.
No, exactly. And it was really like really well paced, and we had a really good time. And I think we spent the least, like not the least amount of time on this record, but we were just able to move through it so fast because everything was moving so well. And Howard and a huge testament to Howard and his team, because they were able to kind of like keep up with how we work too, and to kind of like understand how we work, which is low stress. Come on, guys, like, it's not the end of the world. We'll talk about it. Like, let's chase this idea. Come on. What else do we have to do today? You know, like, let's
no major challenges in the studio then?
Not other than overcoming the obstacles that we all kind of go through when we record, because we're very hard and hard on ourselves, just because we're all perfectionists and we all want the best. We want the best takes. We want the best tones, and I wouldn't say it's to a fault, but it's definitely, we can get so hyper and overly critical of everything that it helps to have a producer, somebody who's been around the block 100 times, who's got more plaque on his walls than a dentist office, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty crazy. So, I mean, being able to create that stuff together is really awesome.
Right. And for the fans that, you know, are anxiously waiting for this record, what are the plans on it? Where are you guys at with the record?
So right now, it's basically getting finished, mastered. We're still working on some artwork ideas and just kind of pulling together everything, you know, creating an album and putting our songs together. There's so many different levels to what it is that we do, and we really make it a point to be involved at every level. So I'm not saying that we're taking our time, but we're going to make sure that everything is perfect before we put this out, because this is absolutely the most important of Mice and Men record to date.
Right. Well, I can't wait for it. I know they can't wait for it.
Yeah, man, we're pumped. You're going to love it. New music coming soon.
Real soon. So congratulations with all that's going on.
Thank you very much.
Nothing phases of Mice and Men. Shit happens, but you guys still keep going strong.
Yeah, man, the best laid plans of Mice and Men often go awry, and you can't really, like, you can't prepare yourself for what tomorrow might bring. All you can do is just kind of handle the situation that's put in front of you. And again, you know, maintaining the message that a Mice and Men is strength, you know, and we hope to give people strength with our music, and we will continue to do that, and the music will continue to be honest, and everything sonically, in a lot of ways, like, we feel like we've really upped the ante, and we really dug deep to find these awesome songs, man, and we're just pumped that pretty soon everyone will hear what we're talking about. And I think that they will really understand when they listen to this record, because the shit goes deep, man. It's really cool.